Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with channeled messages for fire signs. So this is for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and I will of course post channeled messages for the other elements, so air signs, water signs, earth signs. If that's what you're looking for, that will be on a separate video. This is general advice as always. I was just guided to do these a little differently this time, so what I'm doing, especially for those of you who are familiar with both of my Heart Songs decks, so it's Heart Songs Volume 1 and Heart Songs of the 90s, which would be Volume 2. I will of course link those down below in the description box if anyone's interested in those decks. So I went ahead and for the fire sign messages, I went ahead and I've shuffled those decks and was able to channel a few songs from there. I'll talk about that in a minute, in addition to whatever other messages I'm able to tap into and what I'm being guided to share with you through this channeled message. Okay, so let's get into it. This time around, I'm not going to start off with any letters or zodiac signs like I've typically done in prior channeled messages. We're just going to go ahead and dive into the lyrical messages for you fire signs. Okay, so take from it, as always, what makes sense for you personally. So these are the 5 songs that I was able to channel. The very first one is Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers. It is such a beautiful song, so if you're not familiar with that one, definitely look it up. All of the songs that I will mention here are probably available here on YouTube for you to look up and listen to. The second one is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by AEROSMITH, another great song. Third one is 1,000 Years by Christina PERRI. The fourth song is Love of My Life by SAMMY KERSHAW. And lastly, Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough. That one is by HENLEY and SMYTHE. So again, any of these songs that you might not be familiar with, feel free to look it up where you can actually listen to it, because you might actually be able to pick up even more insightful messages for yourself based off of what I'm able to channel for this particular reading. Okay, so let's start off, and I'll go ahead and timestamp the songs down in the description box as well, so you can go ahead and skip through if you like. So starting off with Unchained Melody, so the lyrics from that particular song, and these are just excerpts based off of my deck. Alright, so Unchained Melody. Oh my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch. A long, lonely time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. So this is somebody who's hungering for you. And if that's the case, there is a separation here. You're not with them. They're wondering, you know, are you still theirs? Do you still belong to them, in a sense where you feel drawn to them just as much as they feel drawn to you? I feel, and what I'm channeling here for this particular song is that this person either hurt you, they either said something, did something to break up the partnership. Part of what I'm getting, and of course take it if it applies, is there could have been infidelity for some of you. Maybe they cheated, or they thought the grass was greener on the other side, and that complicated things between the two of you. I feel this person got themselves mixed up with someone, and again, possibly love triangle or third party. Once they were in that situation, it ended up not being what it was that they were looking for, because what they were looking for is what they had with you already. So I feel they've got regrets tied into their actions and behaviors and certain things that they might have said. This person could have also tried to reach out either recently, or that could be a repetitive thing that they've been wanting to do. It could be either through a phone call. Maybe they've picked up their phone, dialed your number, and didn't follow through with actually placing the call. Or they put together a text, pouring their heart out, and ultimately realizing that they just didn't have the strength to go ahead and send that text, or maybe they were afraid that you might have maybe rejected them, or it might have upset you in any way. So that is what I'm feeling from that first song. I feel they are still very much connected to you, and maybe you still feel just as connected to them. At the end of the day, this person would love to be able to reconnect with you, possibly get back together with you, but there's a lot of pain tied into this experience. And so if you're still feeling really hurt by this person's actions, maybe you're not ready to talk. Maybe you guys had a tower moment. Definitely a separation, and there is lack of communication here for this first song. That's what I'm picking up there. And more than likely it could have been infidelity. You know, they ended up hungering in a way for somebody else, might have pursued that connection, and it didn't feed their soul, so to speak, the way you do. Okay? And so for that first song, I'm really feeling a lot of regret there for my fire signs who are tapping into that energy. This could possibly be an ex, somebody that you cared for, somebody that you love. I feel they still love you, but they had some realizations here, especially during this time apart, and that is hurting them a whole lot more than what they expected to happen, I feel. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from that song. The second song, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by AEROSMITH, so let's go ahead and focus on the lyrics here. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing, watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Oh, every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. Okay, so this could be one of those connections where it was just beautiful. You guys connected well. And maybe that's something that they actually did. You know, while you were asleep, they would literally just stare at you and listen to you breathe. That in and of itself could have been very fulfilling for this person. That's something that you could have done as well. Let's see what else I'm able to channel. At this point, for those of you who are in separation, maybe they are seeing you in their dream. There could be astral travel going on here. There could be telepathic communication. They might be seeing you or interacting with you in the 5D, and if that's the case, you're probably picking up off of that vibe as well. For some of you, and if this person hurt you as well, doesn't necessarily have to be third-party situations, but maybe there were some trust issues there for some of you. I feel they have gone through some sort of awakening, that revelation, that epiphany, and they now recognize that you really are that treasure that they let go of, or maybe you let them go because of something they either said or did. I can't help but feel that if you happen to be divine feminine, this could have been a divine masculine who ended up hurting you. But I feel they have gone through that awakening, as I've mentioned, and seeing things from a very different perspective at this point. I'm also getting, some of you guys might have been in a relationship where there was a commitment issue, and that could have resulted in a breakup as well. But I do see this person coming through with a better understanding of how they see you, how they see the relationship, what the past represented, and really wanting the future to be a very different outcome. But they do recognize that they hurt you. I do get that for some of you. This is somebody who now recognizes that they want to spend their life with you. So ultimately, can that still happen? Because I'm feeling for this second song that there could have also been a tower moment for some of you. If it wasn't a third-party situation, then it was something else that broke you guys up. And now they're focused on you, your energy, still feeling your vibe, even though you guys might be at a distance from one another. They've spent a lot of time thinking about you. I'm getting that here. And they still love you. They're still very attracted to you. This is one of those connections that has a very strong sexual, passionate chemistry here. That's what I'm getting there. All right, so focusing on the third song that I'm channeling for fire signs is 1,000 Years by Christina Perri. The lyrics, I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. I can't help but feel for some of you, and this won't be for everybody, of course. I feel that some of you might have lost a romantic partner. Could have been a spouse, could have been a husband, could have been a wife. Somebody might have passed on. There could be that reference to a lost love that has passed on. And that, in and of itself, that experience was very painful, very hurtful. And perhaps if you relate to this, part of that waiting for you is hoping to find a love for you in this lifetime that can not necessarily replace that love, but to help you to be able to move on and find love again. And maybe it feels impossible, or that maybe there's a part of your heart that's not ready for that right now, or maybe you feel like you won't ever be ready to move on and find love again. I feel it would be quite helpful for you to continue on your healing journey, continue to tap into your heart space and give yourself as much time, be as gentle as you possibly can towards that part of your healing process. And then there's the reference to darling. That could be, of course, what your person called you. That could have been your nickname. That could have been how you referred to your person. And that's interesting too, because through the Unchained melody song, that's literally one of the lines, oh, my love, my darling. And it's so common nowadays to refer to a significant other as babe or baby. You know, that seems to be quite common. And so it's not as frequent to hear somebody refer to their partner as darling. But we have them coming through in two songs here. Okay, so maybe there's something tied into that. And regardless of whether you and this person ever see each other again, or reconnect in this lifetime, or reconnect in the next lifetime, I feel the love will always be there between the two of you. And, you know, the whole reference to 1,000 years, I'll love you for 1,000 more. That's basically saying that this love will last forever. That, you know, maybe in the physical sense, you guys are parted, but in the heart space, in the emotional sense, you will always have love for one another. That is what I'm getting there. Okay, so moving on to our fourth song, which is Love of My Life by SAMMY KERSHAW. So let me go ahead and read those lyrics. I need to tell you, the first time I held you, I knew you are the love of my life. I spent a lifetime waiting, always hesitating until you. I was lost so deep inside my shell till you came and saved me from myself. Now all I really know is I need you. Okay, so it seems that the songs that are coming through here for fire signs is that we might have people that have parted ways, and this person coming to the realization that you really are the love of their life, because I'm picking up off of some of you guys that you might have had a tower moment. There could have been third parties and love triangles, because I'm picking that up here. Somebody could have also been, you know, just juggling. It's very similar to that Two of Pentacles vibe, where somebody had other priorities, or just didn't put you first, or you weren't even a part of their priority maybe, you know. So, and as the lyrics say, I was lost so deep inside my shell. It's almost like they were all about themselves rather than focused on the relationship and the connection between the two of you. And I'm picking up off of Empress energy, so I really do feel that this could be the divine feminine dealing with a divine masculine who didn't realize that you were the one until after you guys might have parted ways. You know, I'm kind of picking up off of that energy as well when it comes to that one. Okay, so moving on to the last one, which is Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough by Don Henley and Patti Smythe. So the lyrics to that is, it makes a sound like thunder, it makes me feel like the rain. And just those two lines right there, it's very towerish in energy, right? And it moves on to say, and like a fool who will never see the truth, I keep thinking something's going to change. But there's a danger in loving somebody too much. And it's sad when you know it's your heart you can't trust. So what we've already picked up in some of these lyrics is that there were trust issues, that there are breakups and separations. And, you know, I feel there could have been a tower moment for several scenarios coming through here for the lyrical messages that I'm picking up from these channeled messages here. And so it's going to take time ultimately for the trust issues to be rebuilt and for you guys to be able to interact with each other where that is no longer a factor. So it's possible for you guys to start again. I just ultimately feel that the person that hurt you or broke your heart, they need to come towards you as a better version of themselves, and for you guys to be able to help manifest a new beginning. I feel it's totally possible for you guys, but it definitely requires both of you to be on board and to be able to put in the effort and the work in order for the relationship to work out long term. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one for fire signs. I feel there's a lot that came through that might be able to help you on this journey when it comes to a separation. I feel there are possibilities towards working it out, but it does require some healing and some time for some of you to prepare yourself for the next chapter, whether that's moving on to a new love or moving on your own, or of course reunions for those who are open to that. All right, guys, so I'll leave that there. If you're interested in your own personal private card reading from me, that information is down below in the description box, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.